What's going on YouTube? JB's Game Store back with another opening. This is actually my second episode now of Can We Profit? So I know I've already opened a case of Doom of Dimensions. In that case, happened to lose money. However, this case I picked up for $40 a box. So it's $480. So I feel like this has a pretty good opportunity to potentially get some profit. Now, obviously, the prices that you'll see during the video will be the current market prices of the cards. So obviously those can fluctuate. Keep that in mind. Just because I bought it, if I profit or don't profit, that can obviously change depending on the period of time that you buy it. So keep that in mind. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and crack these open, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, we have now gotten all of the boxes open, so we're gonna go ahead and start cracking these. I've already opened a case of Doom of Dimensions, so for the most part, I'm gonna go through these pretty quickly. I'll obviously stop at the good hits and talk about it for a second, but last time we did not get very good Starlight Rares at all, and then we got two of the Marshmallow. And the commons, I guess I'm just going to kind of scroll past those if I'm being honest. I'm only going to sleeve the Ultras, Secrets, and Starlights. And I'm just going to kind of try to fly through these so that way the video is not too long. For the values, I'm going to wait till the end of the video. I like to do kind of like a review at the end where I just kind of hold up the cards that are Ultra Rare, Secret Rare, and Starlight Rare. And as I go through them at the end, the prices will come up on the screen, and if I have duplicates of those cards, I will go ahead and put how many on the screen so you can see the total of the value of each of the cards. So let's see, we got our first ultra rare. It is Tri-Brigade Arms Mauser, which I did play today. I went to locals for the first time. I'll be making a video, or a video will be coming out. I filmed a video for before I go, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of join it together with a video for my results and what happened, because I didn't have time to edit that video. Some of you may know I have a pretty busy life, being a dad, a husband, a full-time job, a TCG player store. I gotta pack orders and stuff. And our first secret is the DDD Sky King Zeus Ragnarok. Probably one of the worst secret rares in the set, but to me, definitely better than the True Draco stuff. I wish I could just ensure that I don't pull any True Draco stuff. That'd be sweet. We're almost through half a box already, which is pretty cool. We are flying through these. So, hoping, we got our first Lambda Cannon. It's our second Ultra Rare. Hoping we can make profit this time. The last time, the total ended up relatively close to what I paid for this case, and then I feel like that case was probably not a good one, if I'm being honest, because the Starlight Rares were all trash. None of the Starlight Rares were really valuable whatsoever. So I'm hoping that we can change that here and hit some of the higher value cards. Because it kind of just makes sense that you can't always pull crap, right? Maybe Konami puts good cards in some of the cases. Maybe that's possible. We got Tri-Brigade Hammer. All right. The main ones that we're looking for are going to be obviously Marshmaoyummy. He's almost $200 now. We got a Radiant Typhoon Chant, ultra rare. He's at a market price of $191, but the lowest listing currently is $198. So he is going up even beyond that, and probably going to hit that $200 mark here soon. I do need one regular Marshmallow to complete my Yummy deck, which whenever the other video comes out, you'll find out I did not play the Yummy deck, even though I've had it built for a little bit. I didn't have all the Mitsurugi cards because those came out during a period of time where I wasn't buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I did not have those to put in the deck. I ordered them. They've now come in. We got a Bramble Rose Dragon. So the first box didn't have very good secret rare hits, but it is okay. It is the first box. but there's so many cards that have decent value in here at Starlight Rare, and I didn't pull any of them last time. So, you know, that's kind of, it was disappointing. But I do like this set a lot. I used the Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis Thunderbolts today. I had 2 of them from the last opening, so I hope to get my 3rd here today. I should, in a case, get a, you know, at least one of that secret rare, one at least of every secret rare, I would hope. I did pull at least 2 of all of them in the last case, so that is at least somewhat promising. I'll just stick to the same stack. I think that was the end of the first box, so there should be a new box here. There was a common card in here that I actually played today. It's a rank 7. Oh, we got a Noroi, which is really good. I played against 2 K9s today, and I didn't see Noroi at all, so that was kind of weird. I just realized I haven't been sleeving, so let me get my sleeves flipped around and get these sleeved real quick. Because, you know, want to protect the cards, keep them in good shape. Oh my god, an earthquake. Okay. We want to keep them in good shape, obviously, being that we're trying to sell them at near mint condition since we did just open them. They are packed fresh. Sometimes packed fresh doesn't mean near mint, though, unfortunately. But, you know, some people don't understand near mint can have a little nick here or there. It can't have more than, I believe it's like 3 imperfections, if I recall right. Is kind of the number. I just think of it as, if I'm the customer getting the card, am I going to be okay with this being considered near mint? So it does not say mint though, so that is something to keep in mind when you're buying cards. Near mint is not mint. There can be a little ding here and there. Let's see. And I'm getting so many common cards doing these videos now. We got another Zeus Ragnarok. Hopefully that's the last Ragnarok that we get. Because otherwise this could be a really bad case. It could be a little bit of a stinker, but you know, we'll see. I will say the guy, oh, this is the card I played today, the Kurzeb's the Gold Glutton. I probably won't play it anymore. It was kind of just to test it out and see how it goes. But he gains 700 attack for each material attached to it once per chain when a normal or quick play spell card is activated. Quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this face-up card, and if you do, this card is unaffected by that activated card. So it's a really cool thing because it can be any quick play spell or normal spell. So, and it's once per chain, so that's a big part of it. But whenever at the end phase, you can set one spell card that is attached to this card. So like I was playing Regenesis today. Regenesis code, I could play it, attach it to the Glutton, and then he can then reset my code, allowing me to then special summon on my opponent's turn another Regenesis monster, and then it still goes to the grave on my opponent's turn, allowing me to then banish it to special summon a banished Regenesis monster. So it's a pretty cool card. I didn't get to actually use it today, but it's a card I could see having some kind of a use. If a Yummy player doesn't open the Yummy cards, but they have the Striker package, obviously you can steal the Hornet drones, and then they're not able to go, you know, into the Yummy combo from just the Hornet drone. So I mean, there's definitely some interesting plays that can be made with it. We got a Jupiter, which I know Jupiter's been seeing some play. It's a pretty decent card for Genesis format, I believe is where most people are playing it. Let's see, Burning Blade, right? We got Radiant Typhoon Megala. We've got Doomsy Break Dictorus. Come on. We got Power Patron Doomsy, which I got my playsets of all the Radiant cards and all the Doomsy cards in the last case. So all of those will be going on my store that I pull in the set. There should be a link in the description where you can go to my store, and you will be able to obviously purchase the cards you see me pull in this video. A lot of times these videos will come out a little bit after, unfortunately, but I am available tomorrow to do a lot of video editing and get some videos posted, or at least planned to be posted. and at least the editing will be done, which will be nice. And of course, we got Masterpiece, the True Drakeover. So this case is starting out pretty terrible, but that doesn't mean that the whole case will be terrible. So we just got to stay positive, and hope that things will turn around, because we all know that they will. We've gotten our 4 secrets so far, though, because this is the second box. I'm just going to move these because it's in a weird position with all my bulk currently on the left side. I was having to reach around the bulk, which is making it a little bit difficult. All right. And we got the Doom Queen, which she's actually got a pretty good value. I believe I was selling these for like $7 from the first set of openings. This one I would probably do, oh, it depends. It's because this one has like a little excess hair kind of thing. Those things, usually you can just kind of like wipe like this and it'll kind of come off and it'll be fine. And it won't affect, the look of the card at all. There's a little tiny bit of white there in that corner. But to me, that's still just near mint. It's not real bad. But I'm seeing this is a light play because there's a little bit of shine at the top, kind of where the foil is coming through. So I'm going to call that a light play. I don't know why I put it over there. But a light play, unless it's changed drastically, it's still probably around $7. So typically light play isn't really that much lower than a near mint, with just based on the age of the card, that can be more, affect the price a little bit more. If it's a really old card, near mint is definitely going to cost a decent bit more than light play, but otherwise it typically doesn't really matter all that much. Most of the larger stores actually are going to be selling the stuff. I don't know why I started on this other box. It's like I forgot there were packs over here. So let me go back to the packs I was working on here. Man, it has gotten very hot in this room. It's quite strange. I guess it's all the lights that I have on. Try and make it a little bit easier to see. We got a Doom Z20 Dristia, which that makes 5 secrets in the first 2 boxes. That can't be right? I don't think I've ever had a box that has an extra secret, but maybe I'm wrong because I pulled it from the stack that was in the second box I was opening, and I'd already opened 2 secrets from that box, so that's interesting. But hey, I'll take it. We'll see. Maybe I accidentally grabbed a pack from another stack, but I know I grabbed a pack from the other stack, but they weren't secret rares. So, and then we end with the Radiant Typhoon Chant. All right. And we got a Goku Machine Suprex. We've got Horned Brute Carnivorous or something like that, however you pronounce that. We've got another Noroi. So all the Norois that this box or this case wants to send me, the happier I am. Those are a very well-off card. It is definitely the most expensive ultra rare. The last time I looked, it was like in the 20s already, or at this point, because it was so good. And I'm actually gonna look really quick right now just to see how much it is. So the Noroi right now is going for market price of $27.95. The Doom Queen I was talking about earlier is actually at $6.50. So not too shabby overall. We'll take those. Definitely on the Norois. That's going to help the value a lot. Whenever I did the first case opening, the Norois were only around $14, $14 to $15. So they've gone up, $10, a little bit more than $10. So that's going to bump up the value of the set a lot, in my opinion. Because I pulled like 4 or 5 in that first case. So if I can pull at least 2 more of the Marshmallows like last time, preferably 3, and a Starlight Rare or 2 that are actually valuable, then we're talking about a pretty good opportunity to make some money on the $480 spent. We got a King Arc Crisis Ultra Rare. He's like 50 cents. He's not worth a whole lot. So, but that is totally fine. We got Shepherd's Crook. That's interesting. Back-to-back ultras. Don't see that too often. And RB Operation Test. We got Goki the Tyrant Ogre. Dominus Spiral. That's a good one to get. That is the third one I've pulled, but I did already sell the other two. So that is the best secret, though, so far that I've pulled for sure. Most certainly. We got Burning Blade. We've got Axon Kicker. Come on, it's about time to get a Starlight Rare, I feel like. We got a Black Rose Garden. I mean, you know, I guess they could all come at once. There should be 3 Starlight Rares in a case. This one was sealed with the Konami sticker on it still, or tape, I should say. So since we had the Konami tape, it was, you know, what should be a completely sealed, factory sealed case, which should have at least 3 Starlight Rares. So we're banking on some good Starlight Rares. We're banking on a decent number of Norois. The more Norois, the better. The Marshmallow is the only thing I'm looking to pull, like, for my deck that I can think of, and the Thunderbolt. I need 1 Thunderbolt and 1 Marshmallow for my deck. Dracotel Phyrexil, I pulled 3 of the last time. I've got the 1 for my main deck, or 1 for my Dracotel deck, and then 2 of them that I have listed online. I can't remember if they've sold yet or not. I'd packed orders this morning, and then I've got another 11 or so orders while I was at locals, and I went to a haunted hayride, which was honestly probably the worst haunted anything I've been to, if I'm being quite frank. It was a lot of fun with friends and my wife, but it wasn't scary, like, at all. I just laughed kind of the whole time. The coolest part was they had those there's like those balls that have the electricity in them, where you can, like, touch the little ball and the electricity goes to your fingers. I can't remember the name of that right now, but we got another King Arc Crisis. But they had a big attraction looking thing where there was somebody dressed up in, like, a metal helmet and some kind of, like, metal outfit, and they had these giant I don't know, electrical things or whatever, and they had that purple lightning that would come off, and it would attach to their fingers or their head or whatever, and it made it sound almost like a dubstep song or something. So it was pretty neat. Another Dominus Spiral, so that's our second Spiral of the opening, which is one of the better secrets, so I'm not upset about that one for sure. Anything is better than True Draco, that is certain. Let's see, which 2 of our Starlight Rares last time were True Draco cards, so that is what we were trying to avoid. We got a Radiant Typhoon Swin, ultra rare. I do plan on building that at some point, and maybe like the Art Mages and Doomsday stuff, since I bought it all from myself, so I would have those decks to go into, because, you know, it's one of those things where they should be getting more support. That whole kind of, I don't want to say archetype, because it's really like a dimension or something. We got a Radiant Typhoon Crocea, which is another good secret rare to pull. It has decent value. I think it's like $7 or $8 the last time I looked, so it should, that's worth it to me to pull that over some of the other ones, so it's a good hit to add to the value. Let's see, Burning Blade. Sometimes I feel like I'm rambling, and then when I get done with it, I'm like, did I finish what I was trying to say? We got another Swin, so we just pulled 2 Swins in a matter of a few packs. Whatever that was on the card rubbed right off, so I don't know what that was, but whatever. That's 2 ultras in a row that were Swin. Now these were 2 halves that were stacked on top of each other from different boxes, so on the stack, so it's interesting. I guess That's why we had two of the same one pretty close together, because they were from separate boxes. We've got a pile bunker. Somebody at locals was playing the RBs today, which was interesting. We got megalith. I almost just threw the commons into the trash. That would not be great. We've got Doomsy 7. We've got Draco Awakening. This is one of the Starlight Rares we pulled last time. And we pulled one of the true Dracover whatever Starlight Rares last time. So hoping not to pull those in the Starlight. We're gonna definitely pull a Marshmallow and a Noroi Starlight for sure. Like, there's no doubt about it. Those are gonna be two of the three Starlights, and then I don't care what the third one is, but I would like a Frixel, because I think that would just be pretty neat to have. I believe the Machine Queen is also pretty valuable. Yeah, she's like $79 market price. We got Alara. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen one Starlight yet. I mean, we're pretty far along. We're about a quarter of the way through, if not further. So there should be at least one coming up soon. But as long as we make a run and we still get the 3 at the end, it really doesn't matter, right? The packs are kind of, you know, I wouldn't say shuffled up, but they're a little bit random because it's not like the boxes were in order anymore. We got a Rage Rose Witch. I'm probably going to have to move these commons here in a second because they're getting... I'm going to go ahead and move them now. They're getting kind of tall over here, so let me move these. Alright, move the commons. There's just so many. They're gonna... I mean, I just have a stack on a shelf at this point where I'm having to stack them because I ran out of boxes. The 5-row boxes, they fill up so fast when you're opening cases. Continuously, I guess you could say. I've been opening cases quite a bit lately, so the bulk is just getting absurd. I want to do some of the like random packs, maybe that could be like $5 and you get a few hollows and a bunch of commons, and make sure that they're all different cards and stuff. But you know, that stuff does take a lot of work, honestly, so I'm not really sure if that's going to be worth my time. We got Dristia. So that is our secret. And last time I looked, it was worth a couple bucks. Nothing too crazy. I might have to turn the fan on here in a minute and just hope it's not blowing things around, because I mean, I'm sweating. It is so hot in here. Let's see, Yummies, which is funny because they've made that card and not a soul has played it yet. Maybe in the future, but Amethyst is the ultra rare here. Maybe in the future there'll be some kind of a use for it, but I don't know. It doesn't seem very good. It definitely is more of a win more card than anything. We got Radiant Typhoon Chant, so back-to-back ultras. All right. We've got Power Patron Doom Z. We've got Tri Brigade Hammer. And Overlord, which I didn't play him a single time today, and I played Regenesis. He didn't come up once. He luckily wasn't really in my hand. I think I drew him one time, and it was in a game where I wouldn't have had a chance anyways unless I drew literally perfect. I lost 3 of the 4 dice rolls, so you guys can imagine how that went. We got King Arc Crisis. I did manage to win one of the ones where I lost the dice roll. I basically, how it went is I beat I can go ahead and say it at this point, because if you're watching this far in the video, then you know I appreciate you being here. So in my games, I lost to 2 Yummy Mitsurugis. One was the Trip list with the Angry Burger Nouvelle stuff. And then the other was just like Yummy Mitsurugi. And there's our second true Draco Lord Dracover whatever, the trash, you know, the 15-cent secret or whatever it is. It's literally worth nothing. It is literal just cardboard for nobody. There's a few people that like True Dracos. I don't know why I'm so hard on it. I just know that it's the least valuable stuff in this set, and it's not something I have any interest in. So there was a point in time where I would randomly pick up the True Draco stuff, but at this point I just have no interest. I would rather play Regenesis for sure if I'm playing like a anti-meta style deck of any sort. So we got, I think that was our third Swin, actually. It was at least our third, if not more, so. We got Dictorus. Come on, we don't have any Marshmallows yet, which is incredible. Surely they don't make a case that has 0 Marshmallows, right? Surely that's not a thing? Or 0 Starlight Rares? Because I mean, we're about halfway through and we haven't seen a single Starlight Rare yet, which is absolutely wild. We're not fully halfway through, but I guess we have 2 boxes left before we're halfway through. So we got Queen, pretty good. This is the 4th box, I believe, that we're opening right now. Let's see, I can check actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. So we're on 5 actually right here. So we're almost through with 5. So I mean, we are literally right at the halfway mark basically. We have 1 box to hit the halfway. We got a Crocea. Pretty sweet. Again, not a bad hit. Croceas, I will take. I have my playset from the first case. Very happy about it. We got Ichi Hime. The last pack of the 5th box, I believe. Or no, this puts us at 5.5. So, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got 6.5 boxes left. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this half to put us at halfway. And then that's halfway through with no Starlight. So that just means that we're making for a great finale is all that means. We're gonna pull a bunch of yummies as well as Starlight Rares towards the end. So we got another Queen, which Queen, again, almost $7, $6 and something cents market price, and that should be at least a play set of them. And they sold pretty quick last time. So this set is weird because it's like people don't want to open it, but there's a lot of cards that people want. The box has fluctuated. After I bought these for $40 a piece, I noticed that the market had changed and they went up to like $53 a piece on TCG Player. So, and we got a Thunderbolt, which I was looking for. So that is good. Add that to my Regenesis deck so that I have 3 of them. I will say that I gotta figure out if there's any other good Dogmatica traps. I was running Punishment, and then there's a common one from this set that basically specials a monster and sends a deck from, or a card from extra deck to the grave. And I didn't even have a chance to use it. I kept siding it out today as well. It just wasn't very good. So I feel like there should be some kind of other Dogmatica trap out there, since there's so many cards that, you know, search Dogmatica traps and whatnot. So I'll have to look into it, see what's out there, and do a little bit more research, because I do like the Dogmatica package and the Regenesis cards. It really seems to work pretty well overall. You know, you're locked out of the extra deck some, but Code does that already with the Regenesis stuff. Nadir Servant locks you out of the extra deck, and then there was one other card that locks you out. I can't remember what it is though off the top of my head, but it's overall not that bad. So we're halfway through and no Starlight Rares, no Marshmallows, no Phyrexils even. So it's definitely, you know, I would say not a great start. But like I said before, we're gonna rally. We're halfway through. That means the second half has to be drastically better, right? We had pretty bad secrets to start as well. Then they started getting a little better with the 2 Dominus secrets. We got a Thunderbolt, some of that kind of stuff. So it definitely picked up. towards the end of the first half. We got a Drastrius, however you say that. It's Doomsy 12N Drastrius, I believe. Which, you know, better than the True Draco stuff, but nothing too special there. Let's see. I mean, there's gotta be a Starlight Rare jump scare at some point. At this point, it's gonna be more of a jump scare than anything at the hayride that I went to. Holy. Alright, we got another Noroi. That is our third Noroi. So that is good. I wasn't really that impressed with K9 today. They made some plays that were annoying for sure. There were some, you know, solid boards, but I mean, I was able to break the K9 boards even. One guy did full K9 Super Quant combo and ended on like the main Super Quant boss monster that's supposed to be crazy good or whatever. And then I just dropped a lava golem. It's so I was like, okay, so basically he's unkillable, right? I can't do any effects or anything because he had like 8 materials on him. And I just tributed him with the lava golem. The guy felt defeated. He had 2 monsters on the field. He had his big dude, and then he had 1 other exceeds. So I 2-0'd that guy, unfortunately for him. But hey, it is what it is. It happens. Whenever you're talking about a towers, there's always some kind of an out to them. And if someone has that out, your deck will just kind of fall apart and crumble. So it is what it is. And then the other K9 I played was Cyber Dragon, which was interesting. I did 2-0 him as well, actually. So I 2-0'd the 2 that I won, and I didn't even win the dice roll on both. I only won it on the Super Quant, I believe. I think I won it. Oh, I think I won the dice roll against this. No, I didn't, because he made that big guy game 1, and he went first. So I won the dice roll. Oh, we got our first Marshmallow. Let's go. This one is. Oh no, that. Whatever that was just wiped away. So we got our first Marshmaoyummy, first big hit of this case. I do need 1 for my deck, so I'll pull that one to the side for myself. But then obviously we will sell the rest that we pull. And I buy the cards for myself, so it's not like the store is losing money for me to play the cards or anything, because the market's gonna fluctuate and whatnot, and don't want the store to lose money because I'm playing the card. That just seems stupid. But I mean, ultimately, my store is just to recycle the cards that I'm pulling and make more videos and have more fun opening packs, because I do truly enjoy opening packs of cards. I enjoy opening the cards that go in my deck more so than buying them separately. Now, I do buy some separately because it's not worth buying the packs for all the different stuff. But it is fun to open these things up, and Yu-Gi-Oh product is so cheap that it's pretty easy to do. The $480 I've spent on this would buy you what, a box and a half of Pokemon for the newest set, right? Like, if you want Mega Evolution or whatever from Pokemon, you're gonna have to spend for 2 boxes probably more than I spent for 12 boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh. And in Mega Evolution specifically, there are more cards that are worth a decent chunk of money. Obviously, there's the like $600 gold cards, but if you don't pull those, I mean, there's really not a whole lot of value. I mean, that set is a little unique. It does have more value than the standard set. So really, for the most part, I'm talking about like prismatic evolutions or things of that nature, where the boxes are still like $200 and something, but there's not any cards worth more than like 100 something. It's ridiculous. Bramble Rose Dragon. It's pretty absurd in my opinion how that works out. But we still haven't seen a Starlight Rare yet, which is wild to me, honestly. So we're we're near the end of this row. We've already taken half of another row. We got the Great Flame of the Radiant Typhoon Phonics. Is it Phonics? Yeah, Phonics. Interesting. It's definitely light play. But yeah, so we're far beyond. I wouldn't say far beyond, but we're definitely beyond halfway. 0 Starlight Rares. Um, is this a misprint case with no Starlights? Like, what is happening? We won't make a profit if there's not any Starlights, unless we just pull yummy Marshmallows for the rest of the pulls and Norois for the Ultras. That's like the only way that happens, but we're gonna stay confident. There are Starlight Rares hiding around the corner, and it's just gonna be a hot streak of Starlight Rares coming through soon. So we got a Lambda Cannon Ultra Rare. I've seen the one guy playing RBs at locals. I haven't really seen much on the RBs other than that. I thought there would be a little bit more hype around them, and maybe they'd be pretty good because of like Infinitrack and other Earth Machine monster supports and stuff that have been made over the years. And we got our first Starlight Rare. It is an RB Lambda Cannon, so it's not one of the premier ones, but I feel like it's got to be better than what I pulled before. So if we go to the Starlight Rares, I'm looking on TCG Player, I'm scrolling down, and we get to it eventually. So Lambda Cannon, not a good one, for sure. It's actually worth less than the Draco Awakening. This one is $9.13. So starting off pretty bad. First Starlight Rare took over half the case, and it's $9. So we need the other ones to pick us up. There should be 2 more in here. We need some more Marshmallows, Norois, and we will be all right. Just having to move some more stuff because my commons / bulk are getting pretty tall again. Right. We've got Shepherd's Crook. I mean, you could probably buy this whole RB deck at this point. Max rarity pretty cheap even. But if you're going for just regular rarities on them, I mean, the deck is probably 20-30 bucks for the whole core. If that, it's probably 20 bucks. If you don't have shipping, it's probably less than that, honestly. If you're just buying the ones that you would actually use and not just buying 3 of everything. We got our first Phyrexial Dracotel. So pretty wild. That's our first one. We got 3 last time. That is one of the better secret rares, though. Last time I looked, they were like $17-ish. So yes, Noroi is still better as only an ultra rare even. But we've got, what, I think we've pulled 3 of those so far. Jax. I saw a lot of Jax today. He's definitely getting play. That is for sure. All of the K9 matchups I played against had a Jax at the field at one point or another, it felt like. Got Crescent Magistus. My trash can is getting kind of full. We got Double Fusion. The Magistus card, you know, I could see getting a little bit of play eventually. Amoth or Amalith, I don't know how to pronounce it, but there we go. We'll take it. We got Goki, the Tyrant Ogre. We've got Radiant Typhoon, Varun, or however you pronounce it. Doomsy 12 End Drastius, or however you pronounce it. Is that our second or third? Is that our first playset secret rare that we got this? Got the Drastius there. And nope, no playset still of any of the secrets. That is pretty cool. At least it's a variety. Unless it wants to become like all Marshmallows. You know, we take those. We've got Megala. We've got another Lambda cannon. We've got plenty of Lambda cannons. We don't need any more of those. We've got another Starlight, and this one is the Doomsy 5 Amulet. So that is our second Starlight Rare. I believe that one was worth a little bit more. Yeah, the market price on the amulet is $31.67, so that is definitely better. But you know, we need the third Starlight Rare of this set to be a big one. For sure, that would be extremely helpful considering we got, you know, a $9 Starlight Rare, which is abysmal. So so far it's looking like we've got two cases and they both are pretty weak when it comes to the Starlight Rares, but that happens. That's why it's a series called Can We Profit, because there is not a guarantee on most of the time when you're opening packs. You know, whenever you buy something like a case, you at least have somewhat of I guess a level of protection as far as how much money you can lose by opening, because of the fact that you're guaranteed the 3 Starlight Rares. So you're guaranteed 3 potential large hits. Now they don't always end up being large, like we've seen between the 2 Starlight Rares that we pulled so far. The total value is basically $40 for those 2. So that leaves, you know, $440 for the rest of the cards to try and make up, and we've only pulled 1 Yummy so far, which those are like $58. So we have a long way to go for sure to try to make stuff up, but the Norois definitely help add to that sum, but not $400 by themselves worth. So let's see. All right, so our next secret, if we could get a Marshmaoyummy here coming soon, you know, maybe we'd feel pretty good about getting the third one if we could get 3 Marshmaoyummies. But I have a feeling when it comes to the secret rares, I know they claim these sets aren't short printed, but I have some kind of a weird feeling that it's nearly impossible to get 3 Marshmaoyummies. So we'll see. All right. We should be coming up on, and we got a Crocea. I knew we were coming up on a secret. It's just a matter of when, as far as how quick it was going to happen, because I knew we were towards the bottom of the stack. It looked kind of like it was where the secret normally hangs out. So we got Jax. We've got RB Operation Test. We have got Draco Awakening. I didn't realize the Starlight Rare for that was still like $16. I forgot that. So, I mean, at least it was better than the RB Lambda card I pulled. 'Cause that's $9 for Starlight Rare is ridiculous. Megalith. A lot of ritual stuff lately with the Mitsurugis and everything. Rage Rose Witch. Alright. Taurus. We've got Doom Z. We got our third Sky King Zeus Ragnarok, so we now have 3 of him. That's our first secret playset. Unfortunate, not a playset that we wanted. Got Axon Kicker Oracle. Chiki Sayori Hime. Another Jupiter Ultra Rare. Come on, we need to get the third Starlight needs to be a big hit for sure. Because this opening, I'm gonna be honest with you, especially if we don't see another Marshmaoyummy or 2, it's looking like Can We Profit episode 2 is gonna be a bust. I'm gonna try to find the total profits from the first video, and I will be able to find that. and kind of keep up with where we stand from the stuff that we're buying. Right now it's kind of a little bit more of a difficult time. Whenever I was starting it, there was still some stuff in the meta. Like the first one, the Perulias hadn't been announced for the Megatins yet, so I was able to buy the maze and sell those off and make a profit on just the Perulias essentially. Lambda Cannon, oh boy, tired of seeing that card now. Can these be like Norois? I mean, I feel like I'm pulling a lot of Lambdas, and I got the Starlight of it, so. But yeah, so let's see. Double Fusion. I mean, we're getting close to the end here. We have, what, we have 2.5 boxes roughly. We got a Bramble Rose Dragon. Not the best of secrets, but, it is what it is. Anything that's not True Dracover is a bonus. We got a Goki the Tyrant Ogre. Another Radiant Typhoon Varun. I do kind of wish Yu-Gi-Oh would do kind of like a God Pack. Maybe like one in every so many cases has a God Pack where it's just a pack full of like Starlight Rares or a pack full of ultra rare and higher rarity. I mean, heck, honestly, even if it was like all supers, ultras, and secrets, that would be cool. Just because every card's at least foil, and maybe like the God Pack also has one Starlight Rare in it or something. I think that would be pretty neat. That would be something that could, maybe get some more people into opening Yu-Gi-Oh. The God Packs are just, they make for great content for the content creators, and then people just love the feeling of a God Pack. Unfortunately, on TCG Player or TCG Pocket, have not opened a God Pack yet, and I've opened a lot of packs on there. And then I have friends that have opened less packs that have had multiple God Packs. So it's interesting how that works, but it is what it is. We've got a Drastrius, which that is our playset of that. So the playset of Yummy Marshmallow, not looking too good. At this point, I would like to at least see the second one. So, I mean, we haven't even seen the second Marshmallow yet. We should still have one Starlight Rare left somewhere in here. We're at roughly 1.5 box, 1 3/4 boxes left. Phonics the Great Flame. Doomsy Command. RB Operation Test. Wise King Solomon. Right. We're almost down to 1.5 boxes left. Yummy Yum Yums, or Yum Yum Yummies, whatever. Close enough. We got another Arms Mouser. Come on, we could use another Noroi or two. Definitely another Marshmallow or two. So we have 1.5 boxes officially remaining in this opening. We got a Great Flame, which I think those must be like a one of. I think that's like the cheapest one of the Radiant cards. And the Radiant cards have been seeing play in the Genesis stuff, but I don't know that Genesis is popular enough for it to really truly move markets on individual archetypes, while there is no best deck in the format, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, certain spells. We got another Thunderbolt, so that is our second Thunderbolt, which I think these are like $8, $8 to $10, somewhere in there. Last time I looked, they dropped below the 10, so they're somewhere in that area of value. We got Megalith. I haven't looked at all the cards coming out in the branded stuff. I'm hoping maybe there's some, because I think there's Dogmatica cards, and we got a Jupiter, the Power Patron of Destruction, Starlight Rare. So we didn't get any of the major hits. This one is $24, so you know, roughly $65 or so in Starlight Rares, which is honestly kind of rough. That's gonna make it hard to be anywhere near a profit on these, quite frankly. So we'll see though at the end. I mean, $480. While it is obviously it's a lot of money, but for this many cards, it's really not that much. But if we don't see at least one more Marshmallow, I mean, it's definitely not gonna happen for sure. And we're really just calculating our losses at that point. You know, the Norois will equal up to close to $100 by themselves, I believe. I think we have like 4 of them. But other than those, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. So this is the last pack of the second to last box. So we are now beginning the last box here, which is actually 2 half from different boxes, oddly enough. Just the way that they were set up. We got another Marshmallow. So there we go. We got at least our second Marshmallow. So that's, you know, $58 and some change. So, you know, that's not too shabby. And it's like $58.99 or something. So I mean, it's definitely a higher end of the 58. So basically 59. I'll be honest, most of my cards are usually a couple percentage points over market price. The main reason for that is that I don't have a whole lot of time, as I've talked about a lot in these videos. So it allows me to kind of control the amount of orders that I'm getting. Now my orders have actually still managed to pick up recently, because I've been opening the Mega 10s. The Mega Packs definitely have a lot of Starlight Rares and stuff that have been pretty hot as far as moving wise. You know, they've been getting a lot of sales and stuff, so those cards are moving pretty fast. The Doom and Dimension stuff, I mean, it sold super quick. Everything I listed from that first case was gone very fast. So we've been moving cards, getting lots of orders. Let's see here. So maybe we can get lucky here and get another Marshmallow. If we get a playset of Marshmallow, that would put us in a very strong position to hit profit, or at least break even roughly. Which at this point, that's all I'm shooting for with how terrible these pulls were. You know, I don't know that the expensive Starlight Rares even exist at this point. I mean, we've had 2 cases, so 6 Starlight Rares, and the most expensive one was like 30 something bucks. So kind of not good, if I'm being honest. Not good. I mean, Jupiter even has some uses, but I mean, it's all of the ones I've been pulling are all listed in the bottom half of Starlight Rares in general. So I mean, way on the bottom half, as a matter of fact. They're not even close to the top at all. So we're on the last half though here. Last half a box. Let's rip through these, and then we'll get to the end where I'll kind of go through I'll, you know, pick up all the Starlight Rares, Ultra Rares, and Secret Rares. I'm going to leave the Super Rares out of it for now. I'll do some research and see if any of them are worth money, and then I'll make sure I add them to the screen. You know, I think I mentioned in the first video, the card's got to be worth over 50 cents for it to count. So if it's not over 50 cents, I'm not counting it. Yes, those do still sell. Yes, you know, it'll help make profit for sure, or at least get my money back. But you know, for the video's sake, counting all those little cards, I mean, it doesn't seem worth it, unless it's at least 50 cents each. We got another Overlord. We got plenty of those. Holy smokes. We're down to 4 packs. So we should be coming across our last secret here any second now, if we haven't already seen it. But I don't believe we've already seen it. I think there's one more secret. And there we go. We got a Phyrexil. So You know, it's not a bad secret, not a Marshmallow, but not a bad one. It at least has some level of value. We've got 2 packs remaining. Maybe we can get another Noroi in the close. I don't know if we've hit our ultra rare limits here. We may have, but last pack. Hopefully we can get something other than just a super. And nope, it is just a super. So that was the last pack. I'm going to go ahead and organize these, and I will see you on the other side while we go through all of the cards here and try to get the values up on the screen for you. All right, we're back. We've got them all organized. And I was thinking about something as we were going through because of cards like the RB Lambda. For the ultras and secret rares, I'm going to count their values regardless of their actual value because they are a higher rarity. They have the potential sometimes to go up just because of those rarities, but also they tend to sell even if they're cheaper, like 20 cents, 25, 30 cents, whatever. But anyways, let's get into it. We start out with 3 Norois. Obviously, it's a very good card. It is the most expensive ultra rare. We've got 3 of the Doom Queen Machine X. We've got 4 Lambda cannons. Like I said, pulled a bunch of them, and sure enough, we got more than a playset. We got 3 Black Rose Garden. We got 4 of the Swin. We pulled 3 Draco Awakenings, 3 Shepherd's Crook, 3 of the Amuth. We got 4 of the Great Flame, which I think is another of the worst ultras if I recall. We got 4 Jupiters, another not great ultra. We've got 4 Mausers, which these are like $1 if I remember right. They have uses. Tri-Brigade's decent. I think they have more support coming even. Rage Rose Witch, we got 3. Somehow there's another Amuleth, so not sure how that happened, but let's go to the Amuleths and add that. So that gave us a total of 4 Amuleths, not 2, or not 3, I mean. So we got 4 of those. We've got 3 of the King Arc Crisis. We got 3 Radiant Typhoon Chance. So you buy a case, you get at least a playset of every ultra essentially, which I got a playset of all of them, and then some of them had 4. So very interesting. The secrets, it seemed to follow the same pattern as well as my previous case, where you either get 2 of all of them, and then you get a few of them where you get a playset. So I got 2 of the Masterpiece True Draco Overlord. We got 3 Crocea, which I got 3 Crocea in the last case, so that's an interesting little fun fact. 2 Marshmallows. Again, we got 2 Marshmallows in the last one. We got 2 Phyrexil this time. We got 3 in the last one, but again, you get 2 of all the secrets at least, which we got 2 Thunderbolts. And then, some of them get a playset like this Doomsy, and, the ones, of course, that I got this time were trash, like the DDD Sky King as well. Bramble Rose Dragon, we got a playset of, don't need those, but yeah, we only got 2 Dominus Spiral. And then we got 2 Doomsy 12-0 Dristea, which I believe I had a playset of because I'd opened them in the little mini boxes. And then to the Starlight Rares, we got a Jupiter, Power Patron of Destruction. We got Doomsy V5 Amuth, and then we got an RB Lambda Cannon. So that is the full case. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully, once I've done the calculations, we made a profit, but if not, it was a lot of fun to open. Would have liked to not have back-to-back cases of just terrible Starlights, but it is what it is. That's the risk that you run when you're opening cards and attempting to make a profit. So can we make a profit? Episode 2, it's in the books, and I'm going to try to put the total profit / losses wherever we're standing after 2 videos here at the end of this the video, and hopefully on the next one we will make a big profit.